Welcome back to another special video of the Hockey Nation Live Show with the hockey coach, your coach FRENCHY, directly for the beautiful country of Thailand. First of all, this video is all about my trade deadline 2023, biggest winner and the biggest loser. Here I categorize both. First of all, team 1, 2, and 3 out of the 10 are considered loser. Team between 4 to 7 are considered murky middle team. And finally, the team I'm going to put 8, 9, and 10 of 10 are going to consider as a winner. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you my best 3 team winner and my worst team loser of this trade deadline 2023. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave me comments and tell me what you think about my suggestion, and maybe tell me more. What is your biggest winner and the biggest loser of this trade deadline 2023? First of all, the first thing I want to talk about is the Anaheim Ducks record 21-34-8. Last this trade deadline, Glenberg, Kulikov, and for me, did not get a lot in return. When they signed Kleinberg 1 year ago as a UFA, they was expected to get a little bit better on return. Obviously, they're not happening. And for me, I have to consider the Anaheim Ducks only 3 out of the 10 did not trade any other players. This is another reason why Anaheim did not do well during the trade deadline. Part of the general manager of the Anaheim Ducks, Pat Verbeek. Team number 2, the Arizona Coyotes, 21-32-9. They are right now losing a couple of players. First of all, they finally trade Jacob Chikron. Then could this be here and Big stat for the Edmonton Oilers. I give you a murky middle low team, only 4 of 10. Why? Because they did not get what it was expected for Jacob Chikron, and the way they run him for the last 11 games put him out of the lineup. I did not like the performance of Armstrong as the GM for the Coyotes, but again, that team is rebuilding. They have a lot of asset now as the NHL draft for the next 3 years, but again, I think they should get a little bit better. The team number 3 are the Boston Bruins, 49-8-5. They nail it. They hammering. They hammer everybody. I'm talking about they add Orlov, 9 points already in 4 games. Attaway and Pertuzzi. The last day with Pertuzzi from the Detroit Red Wings. That team guy are solid. They just fill up the hole they don't have at the beginning of the trade deadline, and they sign up the player number 88 at David Pastrnak for 8 years at 11.25. Don Sweeney did it very well. I have to give them this is the best note, 10 on 10 for the Boston Bruins. Team number 4, the Buffalo Sabres, 32-25-4. They add Greenway for Minnesota, a Stillman for the Vancouver Canucks. I like what he did. They only realized the general manager, Kevin Adams, Buffalo not going nowhere. Whatever they make the wild card, they're not going to be the team in front of them, and they don't want to destroy what they're already building for the last couple of years. This is a really good move, and to add Greenway in the long term, I think this is another good move from the general manager. So I have to give them the highest murky middle team is a 7 of the 10 for the Buffalo Sabres. Team number 5, the Calgary Flame at 27-22-13, add only Nick Ritchie, trade against his brother Brett Ritchie, and then they got Hunt and SLATER. This is not great for the Calgary Flame. They are right now, 7 points behind to get the wild card. This thing don't go nowhere. They have a really bad year. I think the general manager decide they know they're not going to make it possible, so they don't want to try to sell. They don't try to buy overall. They just add average player, and that's the reason I give them the lowest number of the murky middle team, 4 on 10. Then the Carolina Hurricane, 39-12-8. They add a defenseman for Arizona, and then from Edmonton Oilers, Bilju Javi. Look, they have a lot of money to spend, and then they refuse to do it. That's the reason I give them only 5 out of the 10. They not fix the center, first of all. That's a problem. And so I think for me, the Kane could do better if they want it. It's just their general manager, Wendell, did not want to do this. Team number 7, I want to talk with the Chicago Blackhawks, record 21-35-5 at the bottom and descending in NHL. Look, they lost Patrick Kane, Domi, McCabe, and Lafferty. I give them a 6 out of the 10 because they fill up with some good prospect and return draft pick, but did not get a lot for Patrick Kane. Remember, last summer they was expected to get a first round pick, another good prospect, and another pick in return is far to what they was expected. That's the reason I gave them only a murky middle number for them. The next thing is the Colorado Avalanche, 34, 21, and 5. They add only secondary players. Last Eller, this is their center, but I feel like Eller is not the right answer for what they're looking for. Neto and Johnson, this is only depth of what they have. I had only to give them guys only 4 for them. I think they did not do what they were supposed to reach and to make that team better. So they are the lowest number of the murky middle team in NHL in my eyes. Columbus Blue Jacket 20-37, 6 battle right now at the bottom in NHL with Chicago. Kravikov trade, Korpisalo trade, Voracek trade, and then Quick trade. Listen, they add what they're looking for, the depth of the NHL draft pick, and then they gave away Kravikov, Korpisalo. I will give them a ranking of 6 out of 10. This is pretty good as a murky middle. Unfortunately, they did not get too much in return. They trade now after that. Jonathan Quick came from the trade against Korpisalo. I just feel Columbus could do a little bit better overall. But again, it's not a bad trade deadline for them. They are raced for Connor Bedard. Dallas Star, record 34, 16, 13. They add that enough for Montreal and Max Domi for Chicago Blackhawks. They feel their debt. I think that Dallas decides, say, look, we're at the right position right now. We are at the top of the Central Division. We're not looking bad. I think we don't need to destroy what we have. I think it was a great, smart decision from the general manager, Neil. And I have to give them the highest number out of the murky middle team. And Dallas looking good. Guys, this team could do some damage during the playoff. It's something we're going to follow up the next couple of weeks. Detroit Red Wings 28, 25, and 9. Last, Tyler Bertuzzi, UFA. Ronek, 25 years old. Vrana, we know with this personal problem he got during the year. And then Songvis, another UFA. Look, as I mentioned the plan, the last 2 weeks, he realized he was not ready to possible to make the wild card and said, look, why not to get something in return? He got a 2-time first round pick, and then I have to give them a winner side, 8 out of the 10. He's just pushing a little bit more the plan, a little bit longer. Fans Detroit should be a little bit more patient, but again, Eiserman nailed it, and I think Detroit a long term is going to be a good with an NHL. The next team is Edmonton Oilers, 34, 22, and 8. Right now, they are at the wild card. They add a really good defenseman, Ekholm, and a depth defense player forward, Bukestad. What I like from them, they fixed some hole they have, and I think Olen did a good job. They gave away Podjujevi, but overall, he tried to fix what they don't have. I think a long term, it could be good for Edmonton Oilers. We know the biggest problem is the performance of the goaltender, and would be interesting to see what he's going to look like. They're still on the wild card right now on the Western Conference. I have to give them 8 out of the 10 for the Edmonton Oilers. My next team I have to go, guys, is the Fleur Panthers, 31, 27, 6. They add nobody. They trade nobody. They don't lose nobody. Zito did really bad last year. The trade deadline doesn't want maybe make any mistake. They knows right now Panthers try to survive to see in the race of the wild card. I don't think so. The Panthers going to make the playoff. I have to give them the lowest number of the murky middle because they did no action for the Fleur Panthers. My next one is the Los Angeles King, 35, 20, and 8. They add Kavrikov and Korpisalo. This is what the option B. They was really focusing on Jacob Chikrin. It looked like the deal could not be complete. I don't know if it was the Kings they want to give too much or the Coyotes tried to ask her too much. At the end of the day, they went to the option B, and Los Angeles Kings get it. They're a man. They got Kavrikov, and of course, they add another goaltender, Korpisalo. We know Korpisalo have a really great year, one of the best top 10 goalie this year in NHL. I have to give them 8 out of the 10. I consider them as the winner of this trade deadline recap 2023. My next team, guys, is the Minnesota Wild, record 35, 21, 6. They add Kleinberg for Anaheim, a lower cost. Songvis for the Detroit. Johansson for the Washington Capitals. And then Nick Wish from the Columbus Blue Gazette. We know he's a long-term injury reserve. Not sure he would be ready. But again, I think Bill Guerin was smart, did the right decision, but not good enough to consider him as a winner because did not find a center what they need for the rest of the year and may possibly have a good run in the playoff. They still battle at the third position or the wild card with the Colorado Avalanche. But I like what we saw for the Minnesota for the last 7-8 games. They're doing very well. They look like they was before in the past. But again, highest number on the murky middle team, but not good enough to put them as a winner for this trade deadline. Montreal Canadiens 26-32-4. They add Krianov and Allard. 5 out of the 10 murky middle team for me. And the reason we said that to you guys is because I feel overall they struggle, did not get anything in return for Edmondson or Monahan. Hughes have some tight hands with many injuries, and the fact that many other teams became sailor at the end of the trade deadline complicate all the assets Montreal could trade during the week, and that's obviously did not happening. So I have to give them only 5 out of the 10 for the Montreal Canadiens. My next team is Nashville Predator, 30-23-6. They lost Ekholm, Grenland, Janot, but geez, they got a lot of first-round pick and the second-round pick. They add a lot of assets, and this is a great performance. This is the last trade deadline for David Poile. He's going to be retired. Barry Trotz is going to become the GM. I love what they did, the Nashville Predator. It's not like a rebuilding. It's a fixed retools. They drop the salary cap over $14 million. They add asset. They not destroy the team. And at the end of the day, this is a great move. And I consider them when the only other team with a 10 out of the 10, they are the winner for me, the Nashville Predator, the way they act, become quickly a seller, but they did not destroy the team. The New Jersey Devils, 40-15-6. Listen, they add the biggest player on the market during the trade deadline, Timo Meier for the San Jose Sharks. They got from Vancouver Canucks, Curtis Lazar. 9 out of the 10. I think for me, they are another team winner. Obviously, not 10 on 10 because they're missing a couple of physicality on the winger side. We have to give credit for Fitzgerald, what he accomplished during that trade deadline. Congratulations for the Devils fans. I love this team. This team going to be great in the future in NHL. New York Islanders, 32-25-8. I think they add solid player like Bo Horvat and Pierre Ekvall for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Great for Islanders, but not good enough to possibly stay in the World Cup until to the end. I think they're going to miss the World Cup by 1 or 2 points at the end, but would be a team to follow up. 7 out of the 10, high number for the murky middle team for the New York Islanders. And now they're missing Barzell, but he's still stay in the race. The New York Rangers, 35-19-9. They add Tarasenko, Mikola, Kane, and Mate. Obviously, they're not mixed yet. The chemistry is not there. But I have to give credit for Chris Drury. He had some great hockey player for the team. They tried to go in all the way. And 8 out of the 10, not good enough to get 10 on 10. But if you're a Rangers fan, if this chemistry coming very soon, that team is going to be really dangerous. They have a solid, great goaltender, Chesterkin, good defenseman, Trouba, Fox, Lambert, Grenier, and then the top 6 players for Rangers are solid. So Rangers the team to follow up for sure for there. But what about the Ottawa Senators, guys? 32-26-4. They add Chick Run. They add Patrick Brown for the Flyers. 9 out of 10. The cost of Chick Run was cheap. And the Ottawa Senators are right now on the sequence, a streak of 6W. That team is getting dangerous and dangerous. They are right now fighting for the wild card. Can they make it? I'll be surprised if they make it. Any team going to play against Ottawa Senator, there will be a very difficult first round, I believe. Ottawa have a lot of tools to make another team very complicated during the playoffs. So we better see if they can make it. I give them 9 out of the 10. Congratulations for Pierre Dorion. Did an amazing, great job. My next thing I want to talk about is the Flyers. Philadelphia, record 23-28-11. They add only Brendan Lemieux. They gave away Make You Win and nothing else. Bing bang. Patrick Brown, I'm sorry, for the Ottawa Senator. But again, they did not trade what they was expect. GVR, Kevin Hayes, possible Konechny or Ferebi, any other players as said they could. Flyers, again, they want to rebuild, but they don't take any movement to make this happening. So for me, I have to consider them the worst team in this trade deadline. One only out of the 10. They are the biggest loser in my eyes this year for the Philadelphia Flyers. Finally, the Pittsburgh Penguins 31-22-9. They add Bonino, Kalika, Grenland. This is good, but not good enough for them. But they add more third-line players, bottom 4, but not a solid top 6 to make the Pittsburgh better. For me, it was not a great performance around X-Style. I only gave them like ranking 3 out of the 10, and unfortunately, I put them on the loser side. San Jose Sharks 18-33-12. Lost Timo Meier, Nieto, Eisenman for the Tampa Bay, and Bonino for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Look, they get something good. I think they could get a little bit better for Timo Meier. I will have to give them only 5 out of the 10 for Murky Middle. They tried to trade Erik Karlsson, never show up. I know this is the first time for the Mike Greer trade deadline, but again, the new general manager need to fix some problems in San Jose. I don't see them to be a very good team for the next couple of years for the Sharks. Next team, the Seattle Kraken, 35-21-6. This team, guy, is unbelievable. Shocking. No expectation what they're supposed to be at the beginning of the year. We expect them to make the playoff. They not make the playoff. Right now, they're fighting for the first place in the Pacific with over 64 games in the season. Unbelievable. No change anything over there. They really believe what they got, and they believe Ron Francis, it's not the time right now to make any move. It's still rebuilding or to create that team a little bit better and better year after year. So good move for Francis, but unfortunately, I have to give them only 5 out of the 10. I think those players fight every single night, deserve to add some players on their lineup to give them a better chance. So for me, that's the reason I only give them a 5 and a murky middle team in NHL from the trade deadline. St. Louis Blues at 27-29-5. Doug Armstrong, he retools over there. He trade good players. O'Reilly, Mikola defenseman, Barbashev for Vegas doing well, by the way, and Tarasenko. And for me, this is great. They got a lot of asset in return, and they got 9 out of the 10. This is a team I consider as a winner. The team Blues is going to be better next year with a player coming back from injuries, and they were going to get first-round pick. I think the Blues, like I mentioned to you, are rebuilding, not rebuilding, but retool very quickly, and think the Blues will be back normal the next 2 years. The Tampa Bay Lightning, 37-20-5. Not looking good for the last couple of games. Did not win the last 4 games, but they add Janat. What a great pick from the Nashville Predator, and Aceman for the Nashville and from the San Jose Sharks. I gave them 7 out of the 10. I think it could be a little bit better, but this is the highest number for the murky middle team, and it will be interesting how going to act the Brisebois and John Cooper, because right now the Tampa Bay lost today, but it's scored 6-0 against Hurricane. Not looking good. So they're going to fix, I'm sure, their problem before the end of the season. Toronto Maple Leaf guy, 38-17-8. Add O'Reilly, McCabe, Achiri, Lafredi, Shane Gustafson. Yes, Kyle Dubas went all in. For me, 9 out of the 10. Consider that team as a winner. Really great performance for them. Again, they're missing the chemistry together, but I will not be worried. Again, they're going to play against Tampa Bay first round. And I know all the fans tell me they're not going to make it, they're not going to make it, not going to make it. It's okay. But those changes make the Toronto Maple Leaf better. We'll see now the goaltending situation, but I think Carl Zubas makes some change. He tried to survive for his job next year. My next team is the Vancouver Canucks, 25-32-5. They lost Ovat Lazar. They add Philip Ronek. And I think this is really bad decision to give away the first-round pick, a second-round pick. And I give them 3 out of the 10. Another loser team in my eyes. Look, they rebuild, they retools. What they are doing over there? Someone explain to me. Because they gave all that, and now they get a defenseman, 25 years old, Anderson Ronek, is value, but he gave away asset. I don't get it. I don't get it, Vancouver Canucks. Sorry, fans. Vegas Golden Knight, record 37-19-6. They add a goaltender, Jonathan Quick, and Barbashev, a blower for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Great transaction. 6 out of the 10 murky middle. Why? Because I feel like they didn't fix the top 6 over there. I know Mark Stone is not there, West not there, but I think they missed a couple of players forward. Papa Bashev show up already. The value of what he bring on the Vegas Golden Knight is a team will be considered good or bad because the performance of the goaltending over there. They already have 3 goaltenders right now hurt. Leonard not going to returning. Bonsoir and Thompson. Will be interesting what the Vegas is going to do. But again, I think they could have a little bit better as a forward with the money they have under the belt. The next team, the Washington Capitals, 31-27-6. They came from the buyer for seller, and they got something in return. They got Ramus Sandin. They got them a first-round pick. They lost Olav Attaway. They signed Jensen. Look, it's a team right now. They knew they don't have enough to make the wild card. They don't want to destroy the team, but they still have 4 players at UFA, at defensemen regular next year to figure out with them. Look, I put them 8 out of the 10. I was not sure to put them 7, but with the reason they gave away a lot, but they get a lot of good in return asset, and they add a first-round pick, like not a first-round pick, but they add Sandin. I have to consider the team as a winner in my eyes. Finally, the last team of the standing 32 team is the Winnipeg Jet, 36-25-2. They add Nitty Reader, Nemesnikov. For me, that's not good enough. I wish they could add a defenseman over there and a little bit more power forward at some point, but they're not happening for them. It does the reason I give them only 6 out of the 10, a murky medal for the Winnipeg Jet. This complete, guys, my 32 team biggest winner and loser. Here, the result of my video. The 3 winner for me is Boston, Nashville, and the New Jersey are the winner, are the biggest winner. And the biggest loser, guys, I have to go with Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Anaheim. And for me, Philadelphia did not find a way to make that team better asset at long term. Pittsburgh did not improve the top 6. Finally, Anaheim Ducks, guys, they could get more for what they trade, unfortunately for them. And that's what is my result on my trade deadline recap 2023. I would like to hear from you guys. Leave me a comments. Tell me what you think. I know you can add 2-3 more team on the winner side. You can add 2 or 3 more team on the loser side. It's normal. It's okay. Let's sharing together. I will reply for each one of you. And then before you leave, of course, click on the likes. Subscribe to Hockey Nation Live Show. And then sharing this on your social media. And of course, I wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody. And I can't wait to see you for the next special video of the Hockey Nation Live Show.